like I was doing something really wrong, and I rushed back in. I didn't even finish doing it all. I'm just going to leave it out there. It's like basically drizzling anyway. But you feel like the presence of the military, and I keep hearing these vehicles, big vehicles kind of going up and down, because people weren't taking it seriously in the beginning. So you hear these like big vehicles going up and down, and like I can't see the road, so my imagination is like, oh, it's a big tank, and they're like, the army's making sure that you're staying inside the house. But alhamdulillah, most areas I think people don't really want to be going out anyway. Karak has got, like, they had major snow in the night. They're all like, it's like pictures from Karak are like all snowy scenes. Although it is Karak as well that had a lot of people not abiding by the curfew. So I don't know what that's about. Although gas people, so people keep asking me like what are the exceptions and things. So you will hear the gas trucks going around with their tinkling music, because they're still allowed to deliver gas. So that's the only movement that I've heard today, is people taking gas canisters in and out of their houses. So after we got these messages to say there's going to be a curfew, the country went mad, and everyone rushed outside to go and get emergency supplies. And I'm sure that was the most panic buying that we have seen so far. And I'm not really convinced that sending everybody out at once to do all their shopping as quickly as possible and be like in a really packed small environment was necessarily what they were hoping for, or what, like, maybe that was like a misjudgment or something. I'm not really sure, but it didn't feel like the sensiblest thing to do. I sent my husband out to get like just a few extra of the fresh things that go off really easily, like tomatoes and mint and bagdunis and things. And he couldn't find anything. He came back with these mouldy old tomatoes. Couldn't find any carrots. He went to 3 or 4 different grocery shops. It was just the shelves were empty. It was just crazy. They didn't even bother trying to go to the bakery to get any bread. So I think there's been a bit of criticism about that, but at least people are obeying by it now, and people in the hospitals can get on with curing the patients that they've got and dealing with this as much as possible. And during this period as well, people have been out sterilising everything, cleaning everything, to make sure that it is as clean as possible for when we are released from our jails. So yes, yesterday as well, the new figures were released about how many people we have with corona in Jordan, and the number has risen by 15. It's 84. Today, obviously, by the time I put this video out, fingers crossed, the new numbers won't have come out yet. But we're at 84 now. There are 3 family members who had direct contact with their daughter. She had flown from Norway. She'd come to Jordan and she'd gone back to Norway, and she brought it with her. And she's actually in a critical condition, from what I understand, in Norway, and 3 of her family members have caught corona, but they seem to be in good health. There are 3 other people who had direct contact with people who were infected in Irbid. There are 2 people who came back from abroad, and they have been quarantined in Hamza Hospital, Prince Hamza Hospital. 3 other people who had direct contact with an infected citizen. It's not much information here. I'm copying it directly off Roya news website. And then 3 other people have returned to Jordan from the UK, Egypt, and the Netherlands. And there's 1 person who has got corona and they don't know why he's got it. That makes me nervous. But alhamdulillah, they're taking it really seriously, and I'm hoping that this curfew, however uncomfortable it feels, I also feel quite protected, and I feel quite looked after and taken care of. I mean, the UK has got a ridiculous amount of deaths compared to cases, and you know, they've only just decided to shut the restaurants and bars and things, so I feel like